You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour on a Thunder Road Thursday. And this can be our final Thunder Road Thursday for a little while. Going to be doing some other fun stuff starting next week. We'll tell you all about that next week. But today, we got our final Thunder Road Thursday winner, at least for now. Like I said, we may be doing this again sometime soon. But our final winner for now, Summer Sandsteed. Congratulations, Summer. Going to be getting a Thunder Road gift card sent to you, and Heidi will be reaching out to you to get all of your details and get all of that done. And I would like to remind you to register because tomorrow is Free Flag Friday. You can do that at sunnyradio.com. And then I'm going to click on here and see because we've got a whole bunch of stuff, but I want to make sure I remember what all is on there because there's a lot of stuff on there. Oh, yeah, like this. We've got some tickets for Whitney Cummings. She's going to be at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort next Saturday night at 8 p.m., and you could go for free, you and a friend. I'm going to give away 2 tickets to Whitney Cummings. Actually, we have 10 tickets, but 2 at a time. So you could win 2, and then we have somebody else that'll win 2, and somebody else, and so on and so forth. In addition to that, we have Williams and Ree, Friday, April 28th at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort. So both of those are next weekend. So we've got a lot of prizes to give between now and then. And then also our final pair of tickets for Louis Tomlinson. Louis with he used to be with One Direction, and he's got this concert in Sioux Falls at the Danny Sanford Premier Center. It's called Faith in the Future World Tour 2023, June 19th at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. So if you would like to win, you got to get signed up for that now. And then, like I said, Free Flag Friday tomorrow. All kinds of great stuff. If you'd like to win, go to the website, sunnyradio.com, and you'll see a button towards the top of the page. Click here to win tickets and more. Click that, and then the rest is pretty much self-explanatory. Coming up in just a moment, we have a guest joining us. Very excited to visit with the former U.S. Secretary of the Navy, John Dalton. He's got a new book out. It's called At the Helm. Going to be visiting with him coming up in a moment. And then at the end of this hour, we have a Dear John letter. It's a Thursday, so got an interesting Dear John letter this week. We'll be chatting about that coming up as well. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Very excited to visit with former U.S. Secretary of the Navy, John Dalton. He's got a new book out. It's called At the Helm. First of all, sir, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you very much, John. I appreciate it.
And the new book, At the Helm, My Journey with Family, Faith, and Friends to Calm the Storms of Life. It's available right now. Tell me a little bit about this book and how long did it take to put this together?
Well, I loved writing the book, and it took about 3 years. And the pandemic we used to write the book, and it's been a great experience. And I would like to point out that the proceeds that I would earn from the book are being given to the National Cathedral, the Naval Academy Foundation, and Community Renewal International, which is an organization that Margaret and I have, and she's here with me as well, and we have served that, contributed to that organization for over 20 years.
I love that. That is very, very cool. And I think that's very, very nice that you're doing that. So when people buy the book, not only do they get to read and learn and enjoy this, but they also get to know that the money that they're spending on the book is going to something as amazing as well.
Thank you very much.
Way back in the beginning, when you first joined the Navy, what was it that made you decide to sign that line and I'm going to be a young man that joins the Navy?
Well, I heard a speaker at my high school say that he wanted his son to go to the U.S. Naval Academy because he was convinced that was the best overall education that a young man could get. And that's the reason I served in the Naval Academy and Submarine Service. And I had an uncle who won the Navy Cross, which is the highest award that you can get in the Navy, can be awarded in the Navy. And he was an influence on my life.
And there are a lot of people who join the Navy or any branch of the military, and they serve just, the allotted time and they're done. But you made this an entire life for the rest of your life. Let's talk about how that all panned out, because I was told that there's a special lunch that happened with this peanut farmer that kind of turned into a big deal, didn't it?
Yeah, it did indeed. And I met Jimmy Carter at a Naval Academy alumni chapter meeting in Dallas in 1975, and he had less than a 1% name identification at the time, and we had a lot in common. We were both Southerners, both Naval Academy graduates, both submariners, and both worked for Admiral Rickover, and family and our faith was very important to us. He appointed me to be president of the Government National Mortgage Association.
And you were the U.S. Secretary of the Navy, the 70th in the United States. And what year was it that you were appointed to that position?
1993, I was appointed, and I love that job, and I'm grateful for President Clinton to appoint me to that job.
And now, all these years later, you've got this amazing book, and folks can learn not only about the time you served there, but about many amazing things in your life. The book is called At the Helm, My Journey with Family, Faith, and Friends to Calm the Storms of Life. And again, you're a Navy man, but there's a lot of stuff outside of the Navy that's part of your life too, isn't there?
There is indeed. And I'm on 2 corporate boards and a number of nonprofit boards, the National Cathedral, the Naval Academy Foundation, and Community Renewal International. And I support all 3 of those functions as well as many others.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat today, and thank you also for doing what you're doing, the proceeds from the book helping such an amazing cause. I'm going to throw a link to make it easy for folks to find it. Sir, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, John, and I'm grateful to you.
Again, former U.S. Secretary of the Navy, John Dalton, his new book, At the Helm, My Journey with Family, Faith, and Friends to Calm the Storms of Life. It's available now. We've got a link to it at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, April 20th, 1881, a terrible flood sweeps along the Big Sioux River, easily causing millions of dollars in damage and destroying many lives. Due to a long, cold winter, ice and snow had built up on the Big Sioux starting in October of the year before and continuing into April of 1881. It's not until April 19th the snow began to melt, and on the 20th of April, 1881, the literal floodgates break. Ice dams break open and the Big Sioux River rises over 15 feet above its usual level. Among the devastation, 2 bridges, office buildings, a lumber yard, and many other pieces of Sioux Falls' early industries were washed away. This has been This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by SiouxFallsFunPage.com and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, April 20th, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets held their ground Wednesday following a round of mixed earnings reports. News from companies like Netflix, Abbott Laboratories, and big banks left the market wanting more. While many are reporting better than expected, the results are offset by uncertainty and have the market in a wait-and-see mode. More reports are due out today, and that could tip the balance in favor of bulls or bears. The S&P 500 remains below resistance at critical levels. If the market cannot get above 4150 and stay there, it will risk another significant decline. The true risk is inflation and the Fed, which was highlighted in the Beige Book report. According to the Fed, activity is down in most regions, although inflation remains high and above target. The takeaway is that activity is declining, and the FOMC can be counted on to keep interest rates high until activity slows enough to tame inflation. You can get the inside track at MarketBeatMinute.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.